Hi, Rigsters here, back with another episode of the F-16 series. As a continuation from the Strafe ccip releases, now we're going to do rockets. So let's get started. So on Master Arm, make sure that's on as always. Press the AG button, and you'll notice that we have JDAMs equipped. So you might be saying, great, well, how do I change weapons? Well, if you're in the air-to-ground default mode, just click on the top right corner where it says 4GB38 in this case. Click that to there, and you can see now we're in rocket mode. To change from single mode, which fires one rocket at a time, click on SGL to pairs. And where it says ready 38M151, that's how many rockets are available. So you might be saying, well, that's great, but how do I aim the rockets? Well, with rockets, they fire forward. So I just want to double check just to make sure that we're in ccip mode. And you'll see this little dot right here when you dive. This dot is kind of like the ball and chain, but now it fires forward. So what you aim is with this circle below the HUD. So I want to make sure we get some more altitude first, because obviously the higher you are, the more time you have, and the steeper you can dive. So just like with dumb bombs, you kind of want to do like an offset a little bit before rolling in and all that. I'm not very good at the roll-in part, but it takes practice. I mean, most of the time, believe it or not, I actually use guided weapons, so this is not something I do all the time, but it is something I like doing in this game. So now that the target's almost upon us, we're going to slow down a bit. You might be wondering also why I don't use the speed brakes, because you want to keep your velocity up when you're doing this for real. Well, in the game for real, because you don't want to be slow when doing this. This is just for practice. So now we're going to dive onto the target at 35 degrees, give or take. And we just aim this circle dot with a little dot inside there. Press weapon release. And you just tap it. There you go. And then we pull up. And do like a 5G pull up. So that's how rockets work. The difference between HE and heat is the heat ones, you can still use them on soft targets, but they have a chance of penetrating, I would say, like a lightly armored vehicle like a BTR, but it's not going to do a main battle tank. Those were HE rockets in particular. And so as you can see, we used up all the rockets, so all the rockets are done. So what I'm going to do is going to use the autopilot altitude hold. Now we need to jettison these stores. So to jettison these rocket pod stores, since they're empty, we're going to click on the bottom right corner SJ, and you'll see that it has all these sorts of pylons. So on the SJ screen, that's the storage jettison. This is how you selectively jettison. You make sure the master arm is on, and in this case we'll select the L103s with the top two buttons that indicates the inner pylons. The BRUs, which is the JDAMs in this case, are on the outside pylons, which are located, if I can get to it, right about here. That's where they're located. So we just press weapon release, and there you go. If you press F2, you can see that the now empty pods are jettisoned. So that's how you jettison selectively for basically any weapon that has a pylon, except for, I believe, the AIM-120s. They kind of work similar, but they have a slightly different step. This works for wing tanks, bombs, and of course the rocket pods. Hope you enjoyed this video, and the next one we'll do a JDAM target of opportunity. It's going to be our first CCRP release. And you might be wondering, why didn't I do that with the dumb bombs? Because, well, it's the same principle except they're not guided. So, this is Rigsters Journey, signing off.